I really hope not, but I might have bad news, guys. I think I'm getting sick. Like I feel like I'm getting sick. I'm gonna be sick. So I just wanted this to be a decision we can all make together. I don't mind recording while I'm sick, but I just feel like you might get tired of my voice if I'm like, you know, if I sound like I'm dying. So let me know in the comments if you'd still watch my content even if I record while I'm sick, because I'll do so. I love recording these videos for you guys, so I would love to, like, I'll still do it most likely, but I just feel like it's gonna be really annoying if I'm like sniffing and talking with my voice all zombie. But yeah, welcome to my channel. Today we're reacting to top 10 insane facts about the White House. I'm super excited about this video. I watched the video about the president's car and that was awesome. They have everything in that car. So I wonder what they have in the White House. Let's get into the video, guys.
The White House is addressing the problem by throwing a green painted board over it. Let's see. What board? I just see grass.
Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the things about the White House you may be shocked you didn't know. For this list, we're delving into the curious, the captivating, and the downright shocking revelations about America's most famous residents. From presidential peculiarities to historical mysteries, these facts will have you rethinking what you thought you knew about 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue.
The Secret Service says preliminary blood tests show the pilot who was killed when he crashed his plane onto the White House grounds early yesterday morning had been drinking.
Number 10, haunted by Abraham Lincoln.
There's a lot of people who talk about Lincoln's ghost living in the second floor residence of the White House. Of course, there's a bedroom
No way, guys. Why didn't I not know this? That's kind of cool. I don't mind Lincoln there.
named for him, the Lincoln bedroom. He didn't actually sleep there, by the way. It was his office, but it's now a bedroom. And from time to time, you hear stories told about strange happenings in the middle of the night.
There are few buildings in America with as much history and as many lingering spirits as the White House, and none are quite as famous as the ghost of Abraham Lincoln. Reports of his spectral presence date back decades, with figures like Winston Churchill and Queen Wilhelmina of the Netherlands claiming encounters throughout the country.
I mean, if I was a past president, I would probably also like roam around the White House. I mean, how cool would that be? But that's really cool, yeah. And I didn't know that there are like haunted stories there, but I like that. I like that like little fact.
Complex.
Probably most famously, perhaps, is Ronald Reagan, whose dog Rex would bark at the room as if there was somebody in there and would refuse to go in. And on another occasion, according to Reagan, he stood up on his hind legs and was staring at the ceiling, which is something that the dog didn't do, had ever done.
Guests and staff have reported cold spots, disembodied voices, and even sightings of the tall, melancholic figure himself, often near the Lincoln bedroom or the Yellow Oval Room. His enduring presence is perhaps a poignant reminder of the immense legacy he cultivated and the tragic end he met while serving as president.
Is providing information, transparent information to the public to make clear what the benefit. Have no fear, the ceiling is not falling that I'm aware of. Okay. Okay.
I think that comment would make me fear even more. Have no fear, the ceiling is not falling that I'm aware of. Girl.
Hopefully, it's an old building. Maybe Lincoln's ghost. That's quite something. Maybe it is.
Number 9, there's a bunker underneath the White House.
You were there for a good part of the day. I think you were there with the vice president. And we had that order given, I think it was by the president, that authorized the shooting down of commercial aircraft that were suspected to be controlled by terrorists.
Beneath the stately facade of the White House lies a labyrinth of hidden passages and fortified bunkers designed to ensure the continuity of government in times of crisis. The most well-known is the Presidential Emergency Operations Center, or PEOC, a secure underground facility beneath the East Wing.
I was made aware of it during the time that the airplane coming in to the Pentagon, there was a young man who would come in and say to the vice president, the plane is 50 miles out.
This critical bunker was famously used by Vice President Dick Cheney and several other Bush administration officials on September 11, 2001, providing a safe command center during that day's attacks.
I mean, I wouldn't say this is an insane fact. I think it's pretty like normal that the president would have a bunker, right? Wouldn't you think so?
By Al Qaeda.
Steve said, "Are you watching TV?" And I said, "Yes." He said, "Do you see what's going on?" I said, "Yes." He said, "Do you know about the bunker?" And fortunately, I did.
Beyond the PIOC, rumors and accounts suggest a network of other tunnels connecting the White House to nearby Treasury buildings or other secure locations, adding to the mystique of its hidden depths.
Steve subsequently told me that in the Clinton administration, it had been, in some cases, months and years before people were briefed on the existence of it. And because nobody ever thought the U.S. itself would be under attack. I mean, that bunker was kind of an artifact of the bygone Cold War era.
Number 8, the White House was built using slave labor.
The story of generations of people who felt the lash of bondage, the
Really? I didn't know that neither.
shame of servitude, the sting of segregation, but who kept on striving and hoping and doing what needed to be done so that today I wake up every morning in a house that was built by slaves.
It's a sobering and often overlooked truth that the very foundation of the White House was laid with the labor of enslaved people. Rented from local slave owners or, in some cases, directly employed by the government, enslaved African Americans played a crucial role in nearly every aspect of the building's construction.
It was the slaves that did a lot of the building of the White House. They also worked there, did the service jobs, where the people that would tend the horses or clean the dishes, prepare the meals.
They quarried the stone.
I wouldn't say I'm surprised, but I'm just like, I'm just disappointed by this whole era.
Felled timber, worked as carpenters, masons, and plasterers, contributing immensely to the architectural marvel that stands today. This stark historical fact serves as a powerful reminder of the complex and often painful origins of American institutions, built on the backs of those denied their freedom.
And I watch my daughters, two beautiful, intelligent black young women, playing with their dogs on the White House lawn.
Number 7, hidden bowling alley.
I get a lot of weird people emailing me weird things all the time, but in the summer of 2012, some total stranger emailed me and was like, "Hey, I work in the White House. Would you like to come down and go bowling and have pizza and beer in the basement of the White House?" To which I responded an enthusiastic yes.
Amidst the formal offices and historic rooms, the White House actually boasts a secret amenity, a bowling alley. The first lanes were installed in the West Wing basement.
No way they have bowling balls with Trump's face on it. That's so funny. Imagine him bowling with his with bowling balls with his own face on it. Somebody understood me for sure.
In 1947 by President Harry S. Truman, much to the delight of his staff and family.
This is the bowling alley. 2 lanes here, classical style seating, presidential photos on the walls. It's not super big. The balls all live here. Good luck, Junior.
Okay, that was kind of disappointing. They didn't look like they had balls with Trump's face on it, but that could be an idea.
Good luck, Junior. Knock him dead.
Later in 1969, President Richard Nixon, an avid bowler himself, had a new single-lane alley constructed in an underground space beneath the old Executive Office Building, now known as the Eisenhower Executive Office Building. This recreational space offers presidents and their guests a unique way to unwind and de-stress, a surprising touch of casual fun within a deadly serious seat of power.
E.J. Tackett is the reigning Pro Bowlers Association Bowler of the Year. He spent a recent morning at the Truman Bowling Alley in the White House with the 2012 and 2009 Bowlers of the Year, Sean Rash and Wes Malott, respectively.
Number 6, presidential sheep on the lawn. Imagine
the pressure you'd have to feel to bowl in front of the president. Like, I could never. I'm pretty bad at bowling. I really like it though, but I'm pretty bad at it because usually I have way more longer nails than these are. These are like shorter because I did a photo shoot a few months back and they wanted short nails. But usually I have very long nails, so I can't really take the bowl like it's supposed to be. Okay, calm down, calm down. I can't really take the bowl like it's supposed to be taken, so then, you know, it's a bit hard for me to throw it. And I also need the very light ones because they're so heavy I can't pick them up.
Looking out onto the pristine White House lawn and seeing a flock of sheep placidly grazing. This surprising sight was a reality during Woodrow Wilson's presidency.
It was not on my schedule to be talking about bowls today. I just know somebody's gonna comment something on that.
Specifically during World War I.
Woodrow Wilson was in many ways the great tragic figure of the Great War. More than any single person, it was in his power to determine whether we fought or not. The decision was an absolute torment for him. He had this deep aversion to war, but he truly understood what America was trying to do.
To demonstrate wartime thrift and conserve manpower and resources, Wilson introduced a flock of 48 sheep to act as natural lawnmowers for the sprawling grounds. Not only did they keep the grass neatly trimmed, but their wool was shorn annually
I love that.
and auctioned off, with the proceeds benefiting the American Red Cross. It was an ingenious, if unconventional, way to save money and contribute to the war effort.
And in the end, his efforts to make the war mean something through the League of Nations or through the Treaty of Versailles ran headlong into his own arrogance and inflexibility. And so he was his own worst enemy. And that's the tragedy, I think, of Woodrow Wilson.
Number 5, the burning of the White House.
By 8 p.m., British forces, led by Major General Ross, enter Washington.
It was never expected that an army of 4,000 men could march with little or no difficulty, take and have at its mercy the capital of the United States.
In one of the most dramatic and humiliating moments in American history, the White House was set ablaze by British troops during the War of 1812. On August 24, 1814, following the Battle of Bladensburg, British forces marched into Washington, D.C. seeking retribution for American attacks on what's now Toronto.
Redcoats, under the
Does this have anything to do with the video we watched about the 400 true, or was it 4,000? Was this the time where the old veteran went and, you know, just like Samuel? Was it Samuel? I have another video up like of the fat electrician, which was about this Samuel, I think, and or not. Oh my God, I forgot the name. But there was something that talked about this type of thing. And yeah, I was asking someone who's seen that video if this is the same thing. Oh my God, sorry.
Command of Vice Admiral Coburn break into the Capitol. They stage a mock legislation and vote unanimously to burn the building. One resident watches the fire from her rooftop.
No drawing room was ever as brilliantly lit as the whole city that night.
They systematically torched government buildings, leaving the executive mansion a charred and gutted shell. First Lady Dolly Madison famously saved Gilbert Stuart's iconic Lansdowne portrait of George Washington before fleeing. The building's near-total destruction necessitated a massive rebuilding effort, ultimately leading to its distinctive white appearance from the paint used to cover the scorch marks.
The destruction of Washington's public buildings, these fires, the glow of which was seen 50 miles away, struck at the hearts of many Americans wherever they were.
Every American heart is bursting with shame and indignation at the catastrophe, recalls George Douglas, a militia private.
Number 4, the British burned down the White House but first ate dinner there.
At about 10:30 p.m., the men move on to another key government target, the White House.
Excuse me?
In the dining room, they find the table set. Coburn orders wine poured, and in a sarcastic toast to the president, drinks to Jemmy's health.
As if burning down the White House wasn't audacious enough, the British troops who accomplished the feat added an extra layer of insolence to their conquest.
Even I feel offended now.
Upon entering the presidential mansion on that fateful day in 1814, Major General Robert Ross and his officers discovered a full dinner spread, abandoned by the fleeing First Family.
Soldiers rampaged through the rooms, grabbing souvenirs, including a ceremonial sword and a pair of rhinestone buckles. Even Major General Ross pockets President Madison's love letters to Dolly.
Instead of immediately setting fire to the building, they paused to help themselves to the meal, enjoying the wine, meat, and vegetables intended for President James Madison and his guests.
Perhaps no one feels the emotions more deeply than President Madison, who watches the fires from horseback in Virginia.
There's no sign of panic. There was intense concern about making sure the government didn't fold up, and he felt, of course, a responsibility.
Number 3, a sinkhole opened up in front of the White House.
This just in from the Department of Obvious Metaphors. A sinkhole has appeared on the White House lawn. It's true. It finally happened. The Earth is fighting back. Good for you, Mama Earth. Good for you.
In May 2018, reporters covering President Trump's first term didn't expect to be upstaged by, well, the ground itself. A sinkhole opened on the north lawn alarmingly close to the press briefing room, and it only grew larger by the day.
A California geologist and volcanologist explained that sinkholes form as a result of fluids interacting with solids and gravity taking effect, not the gates of hell opening. Are we sure about that?
Groundskeepers scrambled.
I mean, that is pretty it's an interesting spot to have a sinkhole, honestly.
To patch it with cones, caution tape, and a wooden board, while the National Park Service assured everyone that such sinkholes were typical for DC swampy soil. Twitter, of course, had a field day. Drain the swamp jokes practically wrote themselves, and some dubbed the fix a deep state cover-up. For a brief moment, nature seemed to be trolling American politics, not unlike the then president himself.
Have you guys ever seen a sinkhole though? I've never seen one. That's interesting. I actually, I wasn't expecting, I didn't know about them. I knew about them, but I didn't know that that could actually happen. Like a sinkhole where everything next to it will sink too. That's kind of crazy.
Trump has some success filling this hole because he definitely hasn't filled the hole left by Obama. Meanwhile, Melania's like, oh no, they've discovered my escape tunnel.
Number 2, that time a plane crashed on the South Lawn.
And do we know whether this was a terrorist attack, an attack designed to harm the president?
That is always what the White House Secret Service presumes. And when the president was not at home when this happened, but he was supposed to be in a bedroom window not far from where the plane came to a rest.
In the dead of night on September 12, 1994, a stolen single-engine Cessna 150 tore through restricted airspace and crash-landed on the south lawn of the White House. The pilot, Frank Eugene Corder, reportedly deeply under the influence, cut his engine and glided in from treetop level, giving Secret Service agents mere seconds to scramble clear.
What makes this extraordinary
Was he alive after that?
is the
I mean, yeah, okay, now you guys are gonna be like, are you dumb? No, he wasn't. Probably he wasn't, but I saw them taking someone to the hospital. Maybe. Did he survive? Because could be, right?
The plane, according to eyewitnesses, came in with no engine on. One eyewitness told me that the plane kind of banked to the right and went right in over the White House.
Though deadly for Corder, the crash missed killing anyone else, largely because President Bill Clinton and his family were staying off-site during renovations. The incident exposed just how vulnerable the nation's most fortified residents could be and forced a sweeping overhaul of aerial security protocols.
All I can say, it was like a smooth glide. You know, like you have a glider, and it was kind of like gliding like that.
The engines were off?
Yeah, I didn't hear no engines.
How long was the crash?
It was like a boom, just like that, and that's all I saw. I was looking for some smoke and fire, but I didn't see none of that at all.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1, the mysterious missing cornerstone.
Where are the stones?
A group of Freemasons perform a sacred ceremony in which they
What is a cornerstone?
lay the first stone used in the construction of the White House. The large stone is intended to be the foundation of the southeast corner of the building and is referred to as the cornerstone.
The very first stone laid for the White House remains one of its most enduring and frustrating mysteries. On October 13, 1792, a grand Masonic ceremony was held, led by President George Washington himself, to lay the building's cornerstone.
It's the corn of nourishment, the wine of refreshment,
and the oil of joy. And that really expresses the hopes of the Masons involved for the success of not only that building, but what it represents, the system of government, and by extension, the nation.
Following Masonic tradition, the stone may have contained various artifacts, coins, and a commemorative plaque, essentially acting as a time capsule.
One of the things that has been speculated is that they would have had some alternate versions of founding documents of America, like a version of the Constitution that also included in it the Masons' vision of how the nation was supposed to proceed.
That's pretty crazy.
An alternate version of the Constitution placed in the cornerstone of the White House?
Despite numerous searches, including ground-penetrating radar surveys and extensive historical documentation of the ceremony, the exact location of this foundational stone has never been definitively found. It's a baffling historical puzzle, leaving historians and treasure hunters alike wondering where America's symbolic bedrock truly lies hidden.
Legally, a different version of the Constitution wouldn't mean anything. The Constitution we have is the one that was ratified by the states. Historically, it could be utterly fascinating. It could be earth-shattering in terms of our understanding about what the intent was for the nation. The thing is, we don't know. So you can see why people want to find a cornerstone.
Which White House fact on our list shocked you the most? Are there any other fascinating tidbits we missed? Let us know.
I kind of want to know what they have in the bunker though, because the bunkers must be like way bigger than what they said to be. I didn't really hear this part very well because I have problems with my concentration, guys, to be honest. And also I'm not feeling very well right now. I really hope that I don't get sick, but you know when you have like just a pain in the back of your mouth, like, you know, and my throat hurts a little bit and I just feel like a little bit like I might get sick, but it's okay. It's okay. The show must go on. And I'll be here. I'll still be here. If you guys are not like, no, we do not want to hear your voice because it's annoying, and then I'll be like, okay, I'll do less videos. I'll still be here though. Let me know your thoughts on this videos in the comment let me know your thoughts on this video in the comments below. Please leave a like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.